Hi, I'm an egg carton reindeer, and my friend is going to show you how to make me. So just hold on, and she'll be right with you. Hi, so you met my friend. I'm probably going to sound a whole lot like him, but I'm going to teach you how to make these great egg carton reindeers. So all you young entrepreneurs can make ornaments and give them away, or you can sell them. Because I've been offered $6.50 a piece for these puppies. So, okay, so how do we make them? Well, let me tell you the first thing. Now that it's around Christmas time, what you should do is go to the dollar store and buy tubes of these. See? These are the perfect little bottoms that go on the bottom of the reindeer. And also, you can get those at the dollar store. That's the only place. And there's 12 in a tube. And you want to go to Michael's and buy these. These are the perfect antlers. And believe me, I've done a lot of antler research. So get as many of these as you can now. They're like 10 bucks, but a lot of times they're 50% off. So you want to buy them, for 5 bucks. And you can get a lot of antlers. You can probably get 5, maybe 6 or 7 reindeer antlers out of these, okay? So here we go. So the first thing you do is you start with an egg carton. Have your friends start to collect them over the year, and then at Christmas time, you can make a whole bunch of reindeer ornaments and sell them to your friends. You can go door to door. You could do a little Christmas fair. Okay, so the first thing we have to do, and these are the perfect scissors. Short scissors. Lot less stress on your hands, okay? So we cut this puppy. We're going to cut this puppy in half. Okay? We're going to do what I'm doing here to each side, but I'm only going to do it to one side to save time. The next thing we do, this is where we cut it in half, and then we're going to cut this piece off. We're going to cut the end piece off. This is why you want these short scissors, because Mr. Lepew. Okay, so then we end up with a little thing like this, right? So the next thing we're going to do is cut inside and down and into these corners. So I'm going to do that and then show you what it looks like. You see, I've kind of cut the side and cut in at the bottom, like that. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other sides. That's why these little, I don't know if these are called needle nose scissors. They're just spend the money to get good ones. Okay, so this is what we have now, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to smash this in together, and I'm going to cut up on one side, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So what we have is this little tip. And then I'm going to smash the bottom, and I'm going to cut it even. Cutting that puppy even. There we go. So I've done this with one. You're going to do it with both sides. So they'll both look like this, okay? La, 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 la. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to make the little eye hole. Well, they're not eye holes. We're going to put four sets of holes in here. 2 are for the antlers, and 2 are for the reins. So I'm trying, actually, you can use a nail to do it, to poke the holes. We also have to poke out the nose. So let's poke out the nose. You can use a pencil for that. So we're poking down, make a nice little nose hole. And then we're going to, I'm trying something new now. Okay, so here we have, this is a punch. This works really good. So here I'm punching really, really good. See, there's 2 holes. Those will probably be for the antlers. And then holes in the back. And holes in the back. These 2 holes will be for the reins. And don't worry, I mean, I'd probably do another one, but I'm not going to do it now just for expediency. Okay, so now we've got the holes punched, right? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get our spray paint. Now, you also save your coupons because you want to get this for 50% off too. I think it's about $7. And any kind of brilliant gold because that's his body. He's a brilliant gold egg carton reindeer, don't you know? So anyway, we're going to go outside and you get all, cut up all these first. Get them all cut up so you have like, oh, how many? 20, you need 2 for each reindeer, so like 20 of them. And then you're going to go outside and you're going to spray them, and you spray underneath, you spray all over, all in a batch, okay? That we're going to do. And then when that's done, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pin them together to glue them. And you'll notice I have 2 here. This one has the egg carton forward and this one has the egg carton sideways. So you can do them either way. And the easiest thing to do is to get some straight pins. I'm going to take this one out. Get some straight pins, lay them down, right? And then you can take these straight pins and just all the way through. All the way through. So they're pinned and ready to glue. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about glue. Glue is very important. I tried a glue gun, doesn't work. I tried white glue, pain in the derriere. And what I found was this, barge. Now this glue is it's shoe glue. It's what shoe people use to glue your soles to your shoes. It's very expensive. That was $100. But I think if you took a little jar like this to a shoe man and asked him to give you a little, he'd fill it up. And this stuff, this glue, these reindeers will stay stuck together forever. That's the bottom line. So what I've got the glue open. Now I'm going to use a nail, right, to dip into the glue and to glue my guy. And I'm going to show you the way to do it. My friend Macy here is going to come down and try and help me. So you just get a nice little glob on the glue and you just drape it. You just kind of drape it around that part, right? You also want to have a little, now see the glue's all in here and I'm just going to mush it around. Now what you have to, the kind of ixy part about this is you have to let this sit overnight for it to glue, to really stick. And believe me, this sucker will stick by then. So let's pretend that it's 24 hours later. And what we have is a nice little reindeer. This guy's little head is up, but they're all cute. They're all going to be different. And again, we can see the holes. He's glued together now. What's the next thing we do? The next thing we do is we're going to put in his nose. So we take a little more of our glue and we just put a little bit on the end of his nose there, just a little bit. Okay? And then these little beads, you can buy little silly little beads at a, whatever store. I got some faceted ones. And you put them on the end of a pin. That's the easiest thing that I found. And you just drop that pin into the top there. And you kind of, any way you want to do it. You can kind of move them over to the side like that. Again, it's a 24-hour thing. So it's good if you have 10. You're making 10 at a time. Okay, now, that's why he has to be, that has to be perfect. I'll put that over there. You don't have to follow me on that one. Okay, so next, so he's got his nose done. So what's our next thing? Oh, we have to put his eyes on. So again, we take a little bit of glue, and I'm going to put it here on this piece of newsprint. And these eyes, you can get eyes at the, the whatever, what is it, like Joann's or anything like that. And you take a couple of little eyes, and you just drop them here on the newspaper, so you can get them a little bit gluey, not much. And you stick them there. There's one eye. There's the other eye. There we go. Oops, he needs a little more glue. You'll find, you'll work out your own little, I'm just saying what I've done to figure all this out. Because I discovered these, actually an 85-year-old friend of mine gave me one of these for Christmas, and I thought, oh, I want to make these. So I went on Facebook, I went on YouTube, I couldn't find them, so I decided that I'd make them for you. They're just wonderful. So here we go. he's got his nose, he's got his eyes. What goes next, pray tell? Well, I think it's going to be his antlers. Now, remember that big thing I showed you earlier? Here are the antlers. And you can see they'll kind of come in sets. So that's kind of one, right? So again, what we're going to do is we're going to take our nail and we're going to get a nice glob of this glue. It dries clear, so you don't really have to be, you know, that cautious about it. And we're just going to drop a little in the top of each hole. Kind of gooey. You could also dip the antler into the glue, but it's a little too far down now. So what I'm going to do is glue an antler in, stick that puppy in. Got an eyeball stuck to my finger. Stick that puppy in, see? I'm going to stick this puppy in on this side. I think it's better actually to dip them, and then you just turn them so they're kind of the same. Isn't that cute? There he goes. He's definitely coming in. He's looking kind of handsome, don't you think? Okay, so again, 24 hours. You want that sucker to glue. So here we go. Here's a glued guy, right? So the next thing is, he looks a little different because, you know, that's the way it goes. The next thing is to do the what is it? The reindeer reins, the reins. So what I use are pipe filters. So what you can do is, you take one pipe filter and you stick it, and when I use 1.5 pipe filters for each one. Oh, no, that's not how you start. You take the pipe filter, you fold it in half. Then you put it around his nose, and since everything's dried really good, you're not pushing anything around, and you just make a little knot at the bottom, right? And then you pull it back kind of tight, kind of tight, kind of tight. Gotta have tight reindeers. And you stick it through the hole. Looks like these are gonna go under. Some will go under the antlers, some will go over the antlers. That's just the way it goes. Stick this one through. There you go. Now see, it's a little bit short, right? It's a little tiny bit short. So because you've cut it in half, you can take the other half, the one that you cut in half, and you can just do a little twisty, and a little twisty, and a little twisty. Now, oops, better close that better, huh? You can fold them backwards. Oh, he's starting to look kind of handsome, huh? So, 24, well, not 24 hours on that, but now you can do the final, the final coup de grace. We're not using this glue, not this shoe glue, not for that. It's just way too gummy. What we're going to do is we're going to use just Elmer's glue, right? And you got to buy glitter. I bought a ton of glitter because, you know, really, you can't ever have too much glitter, right? Glitter, glitter, glitter. We're going to open it up, and we're going to use a little paintbrush. And we're going to, really, you can just open the top. And I'm going to dip the paintbrush in, and I am going to paint anywhere I want glue. So I want a little bit on his nose. Maybe I should get a little more. A little bit on his nose, on his antlers, because he wants that. He likes being a reindeer ornament. He's proud of himself. He wants to dress up for Christmas. I'm doing this in homage to Carla Ruiz, who died at about 90. And she worked in an egg carton factory in Petaluma when she was a young girl. And I think that's where all this came from. I think somebody got the idea to make these, some clever woman, we know it probably wasn't a man, and somehow they've been lost, this wonderful, charming reindeer ornament. And I'm serious. A friend, I just showed some friends, and one person came over and said, you know, I'll buy as many of those as you can make, and I'll pay you $6.50. So I think you might be able to get $10. So, okay, so now what we're going to do, we're just going to shake the glitter on it. Shake it, baby. Give them a little, voila. There's your egg carton reindeer. So remember, buy the ornaments, buy the bulbs, not the ornaments, yeah, buy the ornaments and the antlers, and have a wonderful time and a Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.